Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to Creator Crypto, where we're helping you take the next step in your crypto journey. This week, we're going to talk about a charge that's often levied against Bitcoin, that it's a Ponzi scheme, that it's relying on a consistent flow of new money in order to do well, and that it doesn't offer anything else of value. There is, of course, some truth to this. It doesn't produce any earnings or cash flow or pay any dividends like a company's stock would. And so that can make it difficult to arrive at a market value, at a price that feels tethered to anything in reality. And so I only make money if someone buys it from me at a later date for a higher price. This, of course, is true of other non-cash flow producing goods like gold or fine art. The difference, of course, lies in the newness of Bitcoin. The markets for those former goods are more well established and better understood. I find that critics who describe Bitcoin as a Ponzi scheme to dismiss it typically do so for three reasons. The first reason is they lump Bitcoin and crypto together into one basket. I think this is mostly out of ignorance because Bitcoin is very different from other cryptocurrencies that are out there in the marketplace. Bitcoin's competition is with the current fiat system and reckless monetary and fiscal policy that we're all seeing. It's not with other cryptocurrencies, but many other cryptocurrencies could rightfully be described as Ponzi schemes. The description would be more fitting to some of these other cryptocurrencies. There's tens of thousands of them out there. Many of these cryptocurrencies were pre-mined, meaning that early investors and early founders had access to tokens that were distributed to them before they were available to the public. And this gives them enormous influence over the network and how it functions, evolves, and basically allows them to operate in a centralized and opaque way. But none of this applies to Bitcoin. There was no pre-mine. Initial tokens were mined just like all tokens subsequent to that have been mined. There are no insiders that control how Bitcoin functions, and there are no leaders that make all the decisions. Decisions are made through consensus. Bitcoin was released as a software protocol, and it has grown into the most secure, transparent, decentralized network in the world. Bitcoin and crypto are not synonymous. They're not the same thing. Before I move on, I just wanted to make note, I talk a lot about Bitcoin because I believe it's the most important of the blockchains for a number of reasons. But I also believe in the utility and disruptiveness of other blockchains out there as well, and their ability to provide better value solutions for customers in the world. The second reason that people describe Bitcoin as a Ponzi scheme is they don't believe it has any utility. Bitcoin is battle tested at this point. It's the most secure and powerful computer network in the world. That in and of itself, in an increasingly digital world, is of great utility. It's a place to securely store your wealth. It can perform transactions and transmit value across the globe in a secure, transparent, and frictionless way at minimal cost. Transactions settle and reach finality within minutes without any trusted party in the middle. And it's accessible to anyone in the world as long as they have an internet connection. Bitcoin clearly has utility. This really shouldn't be up for debate anymore. Now, the question as to how to value it, that's where the debate should be. The third reason that I think people often describe Bitcoin as a Ponzi scheme is that they don't subscribe to the idea that the Bitcoin network could be a global monetary network that's a viable alternative to the existing fiat system. Bitcoin aims to be a global monetary network that's open, transparent, and governed through consensus like we talked about before, and not by technocrats and politicians. It's admittedly difficult to see how things could be so radically different, but as the debt accumulates, currencies are debased, and people's purchasing power is taken away from them, people all over the world are starting to consider that maybe there's a better way we could do these things. Now, entrenched parties that have become accustomed to the existing system, or maybe even helped to shape it, are likely to be the last ones to see that there's a problem that needs to be fixed, and they're likely to push back. But Bitcoin aims to be a sustainable solution, an alternative to that system. If it can do that, it's certainly not a Ponzi scheme. But not only that, it's quite considerably undervalued. So maybe Bitcoin is for you, maybe it's not, but hopefully I've helped convince you that it's not a Ponzi scheme. That's a wrap for today. Thanks for joining, everybody, and we'll see you next time. Until then, have a good one.